stream on Twitch very often, but I think we might be live.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we're loaded up. I don't think we've got anybody in chat yet, but let's get playing. All right, so we've got the new city deck with the updated cards in it.
You want to bark at people on Discord to let them know, hey, we're live now.
Probably a good idea. Let's get in there and tell everybody hi. So you're playing Montaigne tonight. What are you playing?
I am playing Montaigne Murder. So this deck mostly concentrates on, as the name implies, putting as many wounds on as many opponents as possible and really trying to finish them off. Because one of the weaknesses I had when I played something similar during Gen Con was opponents limping away with a wound or two left, and then they do something unfortunate, like take a location when they have very high influence, or counter punch me when I have completely run my hand out of cards. And the new Tooth and Claw expansion has given me some extra answers to ensure that that extra wound or two that I need to really put someone down will hopefully give me an early enough action economy advantage to just run away with the game or force a concession.
Yeah, and I know you said you were looking at Tom S's write-up from last year. Tom S is a really, really talented player.
Yes, and I mentioned this to you in our previous conversation. What Tom S posted was incredibly enlightening. I absolutely loved and feared it in equal measure. The way that he broke everything down, the logic of everything that he did. Oh yeah, I need to shuffle this shit.
Yeah. Hi there, Shadow. Hi, Shosuro? Shosuro.
Right.
I wonder if it's an L5R reference. Knowing our community, it probably is.
Right.
So he's pile shuffling right now. I'm going to go ahead and deal out our day one city cards. So we've got the city deck update here. Print and play. Hey, Pena day one on the forums. We've got Carmella at the docks, Pena at the forums, and we have the Guild Triskelion over at the Bazaar. We also have these great 3D tokens that are going to be available at Gen Con. These are like the forums. You can see it's a little forum there. Mm-hmm. We've got the dock. So we're going to use these for control. If he controls the forums, he'll just pull it over to his side and vice versa. So if you see these move, you'll know who's got control.
A little tug of war.
Little tug of war action. And with that, we can get started on our approach for day one.
Yep. One thing that I absolutely know for certain, if he plays the way that Tom has laid out that this Caspar deck is going to play, he's going to run over to Carmella and welcome her with open arms. And nothing I have has as high an initiative as what Caspar has access to. So I know for a stone cold fact I'm not going to get Carmella. So if I go over there, it's going to be a bad time for me. However, I'm looking at this Guild Triskelion over here, and the wonderful thing on the Guild Triskelion, particularly on Odette, is it makes Odette a duelist, and there are so many Montaigne cards.
Really don't like when Odette can play Broken Time.
Yeah, Odette can play Broken Time is the best.
Yeah, your approach cards?
Oh, yes, sorry.
This is, actually, I took Tom S's deck. I didn't spend a lot of time deck building this, so people are probably going to watch and go, why did you do that? But it took some inspiration from Tom S as a base, and then I put a lot of the new cards in there just to kind of mess with some of the new stuff we have and see some interactions.
Oh man, Pupper's incoming.
Yeah, my dog just got home, so she's going to run right down and say hi to us.
Oh, hello. How are you, Remy? Boy. Hey there. You remember
That's
me.
enough. All right.
She's so bushy.
Yeah, she's really bushy right now. That's a Lake Superior bath.
Oh,
all right, you ready for it? Let's
ready for it. Yep.
All right, we've got Otto and Let's Haggle, Horatio, who's the scariest boy, and Reputation Merite. So at 77, I've got the first player token, so I'll just drag that over here. Got my big compass. I'm going to go ahead and add a Renown to the Bazaar and to the forums. And then I'm going to reveal from the city deck until I find an attachment, add it to the Bazaar, and sync the rest. So I got the Devil Jonas Bones right off the rip, and that's making the Bazaar pretty appealing right now.
Very sexy.
And you've got Horatio and Odette. Okay, well, I like getting things at a discount. let's go ahead and put out your renown here. So you got add a renown to a location with no renown. You have one choice, sir. The docks it is.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and draw. I'm drawing 6, and you're drawing 7.
7.
All right. Choices. Oh man, Horatio's just gonna come over here and slap me. I'll tell you, I think you were right though. I think I have a critical first move here.
Yep.
And said move is gonna be moving Caspar up to the docks. Carmela
Yeah.
can fight twice, and that's real good.
It's incredibly good, especially since she is a 3/2/1 with a reasonable resolve of 4. So she can throw a lot of fights and drain someone's hand and just generally be obnoxious.
And play defense for Otto, who's a really
And play
critical
defense
piece.
for also, yeah. So I'm going to move Odette, as mentioned, up to
Yeah, I don't
the Bazaar.
really don't like you getting the Double Jonas Bones out of there.
Both of those are very appealing.
But I don't think Horatio's going to move up quite yet. And I don't want to risk Otto right now. But you've got Merite. Who are you going to pick up?
Hard to say.
Let's see. I think
It's,
key move
it's
is-
safe to assume that anything that I bring out will be an
Probably-
absolute.
I'm putting my money on the
monster.
Leontine, but I know you talked about you're doing something different. I am going to recruit Carmela, and I'm going to pitch a... Yeah,
Oh my god, I don't have Leontine in here.
I'm going to pitch the Matchlock
I
Musket.
have Jean Urbane in here twice.
You really?
On accident. Yeah,
That's-
I have a full art and a real one. Okay, well
That's a funny goof.
that's a funny goof.
I know you
Hopefully
didn't mean that, because
I
there's no
did
such
not
thing as
intend
running a
that.
Montaigne approach deck without Leontine.
without Leontine. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do a little swap-a-rooney here. Here we go, Leontine.
Oh, Brian's here. Yeah,
Back.
Horatio scares the crap out of me.
And rightfully so. Actually, I'm gonna put that there.
There we go. Now
Go
you're not
away.
cheating. All right. Well, I pretty much handed you your Merite, but we're both going to be up a character after this. So
Yep. Okay, so although here's the trick, always remember discard a city card.
Yep.
I don't want to do that quite yet. So, going
discard
to,
a city card. So you can just lose one of them. Depends on
I
if you
can
want
lose
both.
one of them, but I really don't want to. I want them both. So, I am going to
Just dump three cards out of your hand. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to pitch Master of the Valerie style, and I'm going to put Double Jones's Bones on Odette. That's going to ding her for 1. She doesn't have a lot of durability, but her revealing an additional card is okay. Double check.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
you can-
whoops! I'm mistaking Devil Jones's Bones for the spine.
I'm
Whoops.
surprised you didn't want the bones. I mean, who doesn't want to gamble even more? I mean, turn your 4 gambles into 3 cards.
If I'm going to put that on anybody, I'm going to put that on Horatio. Okay, so I'm also
fair
going to
enough.
pitch. As much as it pains me to do so, Cavalier Hat's very expensive. It's very good, but it's very expensive, and I'm going to put the Triskelion on Odette. So she's in a blazingly fast Finesse 5 now, and is very good at hurting people. She's like a budget Yevgeny now.
I'm gonna move Otto up to the forums.
Okay. I have a feeling what you're gonna do, and you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. This is what Horatio does.
I do like having cards in hand. Let's get the city action off of this. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and I get to put a revealed attachment into my hand, and then I can sink the rest. So I only have 1 attachment. Hey, I got a Matchlock Musket back in my hand. Hate losing that regroup. Sink the rest, and sinking is always random if you sink multiple cards, so just shuffle them up.
All right. For those of you in the chat, what I would have done is I would have taken Pena so that Horatio doesn't get his technique.
Go for it. Let's see what you got.
But the time is done.
I made a big
Horatio
mistake.
turns sideways on auto.
Cool.
That's
So how much
3 threat.
threat
Actually,
you send in here?
can we send an additional 2 threat? Because yes, techniques are part of the duel.
Yep. You can issue a technique when you challenge. So I got 5. That wasn't smart. I should have picked up Pena. I wasn't thinking. Good job. I'm just going to go ahead and accept and play regroup. Block 2 of that, which is bad because now Otto's limping along. But your Horatio sideways, I blocked 2 of that 5. I'm hanging out, and I'm hoping you don't have a bleed out.
Now would be the time when I would really appreciate a Relentless. There is 2 Relentlesses in this deck.
I'm just going to go
Now
ahead
would
and
be the
double
time.
up on bad decisions. I'm going to play Cross of the Martyrs on Otto, bringing his resolve up to 5.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty slick, not gonna lie.
And I pitched a Matchlock Musket for that.
Excellent.
And now he's a Zealot.
Now he's a Zealot. Alright, I am going to... Okay, this is going to be really funny.
I hope not.
I'm going to pitch... Yeah, there's actually no good way for you to do this.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to get smoked, Brian. That was just a really bad play on my end to not think about it. Horatio consistently surprises me every game, and I know what he does. Like, I know it's written on the card. I just forget it.
Yeah. I'm going to pitch I'm done with you and bleed out.
Oh, you had it.
I did have it, but now that he's got a bigger butt. No. I'm
no?
pitching it. I'm pitching
You're
it.
pitching it. You're paying costs.
Paying cost to come hither him over.
Fascinating. That's a decision.
That's a decision.
Why did you do the thing that you've done? Fascinating. Well, I can't get my Pena. It's gonna make me super sad because I love Pena.
Penny is pretty cool, dude.
How many cards do you have left in hand? 2?
2.
Well, I don't think you've got another fight in hand, but you put me in a position where I can't take control of that. Why don't we go ahead and at this point, I'm going to pitch my bleed out, and I'm going to pay. I'm doing the city action right here on Let's Haggle. Your performer, my performer is Caspar, by the way.
Yep, to yank it.
I'm going to grab the Devil Jonas Bones from over here, paying full price, and they're on them. I just didn't want to... I mean, I could have picked it up for free on auto, which could have given us some survivability, but I think I'd like Caspar to do some punching here.
Alright. Now, I have a really critical decision to make, because I can either kill Otto with the Triskelion, or I can Reputation Merite. In fact, I'm going to Reputation Merite, because that will give me a Murder Boy. Turn you sideways. I don't get control of this, but I do successfully pressure 3-2. And I am going to flip out...
I smell Leontine.
Where did she go? There she is. We love her. We know her. Leontine. And that is my action.
Okay, bye. Move Otto over here.
Yes, you do. And I am going to wound Leontine to move her from her location to another.
Very cool. I hate this. Because you're going to come at me and try to poke me for 2.
I sure am.
Let's see here. Are we just going to have a renownless day here? You're putting pressure
We
on...
might maybe
You're putting pressure on me, and I'm doing this thing called playing badly, and that puts me in a bad spot.
Yeah, Tom would have already won by now.
You're probably right. He's killer. So I could buy Pena and then get slapped in the face by Leontine. Not a winning strategy. Or I could move Carmella over, sacrifice the renown on that location. let's do it. I'm gonna move Carmella over here. So Carmella's gonna move, engage, and move over to the forums because she has an ability once per day. Carmella may issue challenge or intervene even while engaged.
Indeed. All right. All right. Leontine turns sideways,
Issuing a challenge too.
issuing a challenge to Otto.
Auto. All right, and then we're gonna have Carmella intervene even though she's engaged. So I've got 2 threat here. I've got 2, and I've got the opening. So we're gonna open with a reliable gamble here. Pop 2. I got that Panzer hand. We're going to sink that. I really like Dame of Swords, but the RPT is too nice right now. I'll engage that to show I gambled it, and we're going to block 2, and then thrust 3. So I've got 3 back at you.
All right. I'm going to, let's see, I have 3 here. Deciding. I'm going to save this for a little bit later.
Yeah,
And
remember, always use your gambles first if you can.
Yep,
Unless
use
you
my
got the
gambles
correct
first.
Okay, main gouge and unsanctioned. So no matter what, I'm
No matter
stinging
what.
you.
Yeah, you're stinging me. All right, so these are effectively the same, but I would like
The main gouge to come back.
Gouge to
Yeah,
come back.
for let the sword decide.
So, boink.
Block,
Boink.
and then take 1 and thrust 1.
Whoops.
Yeah, there you go.
Boink.
All right. Let's go ahead and gamble for the second one.
Putting it sideways to show that this is a gamble rather than a play card, which I usually do upright.
Panzerhand's got that rough RPT.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sink that one because we are using Stratagem. Block 2, send 3, 2 and 3. Here you go.
Don't like that. All right, second gamble. Pull. Quick reflexes. All right.
Ooh, you don't have that.
Don't
3
have
finesse.
enough for 3
I
finesse.
love quick reflexes.
All right, so this is a losing fight. This was a bad choice. Boink.
Oh man, I really hate to use this card on this situation, but I really want to put pressure on Leontine here since you Meritate and everything. We'll pop the well equipped. This hurts because this one can on guard. It can give you the extra post and another card if you got the maneuver. I'm not equipped with a weapon, so I'm just gonna play this for the flat RPT because I really want that 0-2-3 right now, and it's what I got. So we're gonna repose 2. I'm gonna end up taking 1 because I'm not gonna parry anything, but then I'm gonna thrust 1. So there's 3 at you. I'm gonna take a wound, and now you're stuck losing those cards from your hand.
I am indeed. So I'm going to Master the Valerie style. She is a duelist, and you are engaged, so this is -1 cost. So we've got
Effectively repose 3 on that. Yeah.
Yep, effective repose 3.
Oh no, you
I'm sorry.
bamboozled me.
Upright to show that I played it from hand.
You bamboozled me. I'm not gonna get a lot of utility, and I don't know what that last card is. And you might be able to, if you can block. I'm stuck doing. I'm gonna decline to continue this duel. I'm not playing another combat card, which means I'm gonna take all threat as wounds. But your combat's 2, which means the most I can take is 2.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna end this fight with 2. With 3, excuse me.
And now I'm going to wish I kept that bleed out.
Oh. Well, you couldn't pay for it right now.
Couldn't
but
pay for it.
Later's nice.
Later, yeah. I grossly misplayed every little bit of that. 8th in the world, baby.
I like how we're really playing our best on stream. I think you're still playing better than I am. You're putting more pressure on. Look at this. I got 2 guys with 3 boo-boos.
Yeah, that is what this is supposed to do, but it was supposed to be a blowout, so I consider this a personal failure.
So now it's my action. I'm going to pitch a card and buy Pena, but I'm buying it with auto. It doesn't really matter who does it. Pena does not have negotiable, so you can't engage a character to recruit with him. You just have to pay $1 for him. So I bought Pena. Pena's on my team now.
Pena's a star. And I will pass.
And Pena has no influence, so I can do nothing, and I'm also going to pass, but I've got four boys today. Granted, 2 are almost dead. So with that, we go to plunder. There is nothing to plunder because nobody controlled anything. What a sad day.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to return home and on guard. I think everybody on guards before they come home, technically.
I'm waiting for a weird Magic the Gathering rules interaction. I hope that never occurs.
Yeah, we need Herald for that.
There we go.
Agent 006. All right, and then let's set the city up for the next day. It's dawn, day 2. Gustavo at the docks, Leha at the forums, and Echo at the Bazaar.
I don't like any of that.
I love Mercenaries.
You love Mercenaries.
Now I put the bones on Caspar, thinking maybe I could trade some blows. That's not what I want to pick up. So I should probably do that at some point. Now, what did you got? You've got something I could maybe sink my teeth into over there. But I did lose that. That wasn't very smart of me. Let's see. Oh man, the choices not helpful. And I got a big ol' empty hand. This could be the play though. I think. No, let's do it. I don't think it's the best play, but I want to do it.
That's always a good reason. This is the time when I would appreciate having Tide in my approach deck to just wipe all of these guys out.
Actually, I've made a different decision.
Excellent.
Made a different decision, and this is the decision. So is this. All right, we ready for it? Let's see that flip.
Flip.
All right, so we got fancy Genre Bane from the last OP season. So you got 43. I've got 37. So congratulations. Here is the first player token.
Goodness.
And, go ahead and resolve
Oh
your
no,
scheme.
armed or marshaled. No.
Yeah.
No. And move them home. I don't like that. I don't like that even a little bit, Carl. Alright. Got some fancy folks, good at killing people, but are they good enough? We shall see. Alright, so Renowned. And another Renowned at another location.
And wherever you put it, you yeet the relevant card.
Yep.
Who you yeeting today?
I'm eating Echo.
Oh, I love Echo. Goodbye,
Yes.
buddy.
Echo creates problems for me. You can have Gustavo, that's fine.
I'm going to add one to the docks and the Bazaar. This is a really loaded... There's 7 Renown on the board right now. And then I'm going to put target attachment from my discard pile into my hand. I'm putting Dame of Swords into my hand.
Pretty sick. Dame of Swords is also in this deck, and I am really looking forward to putting Dame of Swords on Horatio.
Yeah, that's... I hate that. I'm going to go ahead and draw my 5 cards because Arner Marshall does -1 panache. 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Okay. Oh man, I'm now disappointed. Just now that I drew what I drew. We're considering an option. If Brian's still in here, we're considering an option for the one of the next leaders can draw cards before you choose from your approach deck. So before you choose schemes.
Oh,
and
that would
characters,
be incredibly powerful.
you get to draw some cards, not all of them, just some of them.
Like equal to influence or something.
Something like that.
It'd have to be a spy.
Or a Strega.
Yeah, yeah, spy or Strega.
All right. So you actually have the first move. You've got the first player token today.
Wow.
Somebody largely reacting to whatever the hell you do.
Okay, well, I really don't want you to have Leha. So I'm going to shiggity-diggity on up with... Actually, no. I'm going to do Horatio because whoever you send to fight, to take
To walk
Leha
up is going to get a big...
is going to get a Horatio in the face. Caspar does have a big booty. He can take the hits, but do you want to bleed cards to do it?
We're going to go ahead and just play the Dame of Swords here on Terrell, so now he's got an extra thrust built in.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's quite potent.
All right. A Mastercrafted Rapier on Horatio. He only becomes more dangerous. Also, for those of you at home, I like stacking my equipments like this so I can see everything clearly.
That's the way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Who would do it differently?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and
I like how I'm just harassing the chat on card etiquette.
We'll move Auto up to the Grand Bazaar, where we got 3 Renown but no city cards.
That is a pretty wise move. So because she has some inbuilt movement abilities, I am, of course, sliding up Leontine.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. We are. That's a decision right there. Let's get Terrell up here.
Oh no, I don't like Terrell being up there at all. And you have a full hand of murder.
I have 5 cards in hand currently.
Alright, I'm going to send Jean up to back up Leontine, Musketeer friendship mode.
Things are escalating. So you're probably going to get a swing on, which means I'm definitely bringing Carmella up because she can absorb a fight and maybe absorb some stuff. We really are escalating up here, but I've got a Pena back at home that I can swing up to move people around if need be.
Okay. I'm going to do the stupid thing for those of you at home, and I'm going to move Odette into this murder box.
Oh no. Oh no. What's happening?
Odette is taking her little buckler and is ready to slam it into somebody's face.
Alright, Otto's doing it. Otto's going to use his ability. We're going to reveal the top 3 cards. Otto is a piece you just need to keep alive. But here are the 3 cards, and none of them are attachments today.
Beautiful.
Oof, that hurts. Alright, so...
Big oof.
Gotta shuffle these up, because you always sync them randomly.
Yep.
Do you need a little more whiskey there?
If you're willing to top me
Yeah,
off,
let's
willing to
reload.
accept.
We're drinking Detroit City whiskey today.
Yeah, I'll
Tell me-
take a...
Tell me when to stop.
That's good.
That's good? Alright.
I'm a good 2 fingers guy. Got a belly full of steak.
Alright, well, it's on you, and I've got 2 people who are barely hanging on.
Alright, I will... Musketeers. Not duelists, musketeers. Very important. If there was a musketeer that wasn't a duelist, I would be very surprised.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any more musketeers, actually, unless something crazy happens. Unless somebody gets some story decision and tells us we have to keep making musketeers.
I'm trying.
It's a very strange situation being continually told by the community what we have to do, because we've got ideas. We've got things we want to do, but the community agency is just way too fun, and letting other people control that experience is far more interesting, I think, than whatever we can come up with.
Absolutely. Many hands makes for light work. I have a decision to make. On the one hand, I want to finish off that mercenary. On the other hand, Terrell is a massive threat. Just incredible.
And he can thrust twice, because
and he can thrust twice.
Dame of Swords is going to let him
Dame of
copy the
Swords.
technique that's printed on him.
Yes. All of that is extremely dangerous, and I also see Otto is an inch away from death. So I need to make a decision, chat. Do I wait for Caspar to get on the scene and force some fights? Or do I continue to arm up my mighty band of murderers? So here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's have Odette use her city action on the Triskelion to turn sideways for an absolutely stellar 5 on Terrell.
Yeah, Carmella's going to intervene, for sure.
She sure
So
will.
Carmella's going to intervene. You're sending 5 at me?
5. It is equal to the finesse. This is a finesse challenge. Her
Yeah.
base of 4 and +1 for the Triskelion.
Yeah, so you're sending 5 at me right now, and my feet, my little boots is 2. So you were definitely the alpha in this scenario. So
the best thing that Carl can do right now is just try to trade.
yeah, I mean, really, I can't even trade very well. How am I going to block all that threat? So I can take the gamble.
This is the part where you throw down a matchlock musket and say fuck it.
Yeah, I have some options here, of cool things I could do.
Yeah, Odette's greatest weakness is her absolutely diminutive resolve pool. She is not terribly resolute. Whimsical is this Montaigne diplomat.
Let's just go ahead and take the gamble. I got cool cards in my hand, but I feel like I can't afford to lose them right now.
Yeah.
So we've got Iron Reply and Heroic Intervention. So I'm looking at the same RPT. It's going to block 2 and send 3. Not equipped with Eisenfaust. I do have greater combat than the adversary, so I could pay $1 to just straight up wound Odette, and that sounds kind of appealing.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm gonna do that.
All right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pitch the card I was thinking about. No, I'm gonna. Derek, why are you doing this to me, man? These are tough decisions here. I hate doing this. I'm gonna pitch the Devotion. I do have
Big fan of Devotion, chat. Big fan. The fact that I had to cut Devotion for Relentless wounded me to my heart.
Well, I've got Dunst in my approach deck, so having a Faith card in there, I could pitch to get a free fight, and that's kind of why I was kicking myself earlier when I drew cards. But I'm gonna pitch Devotion to pay the cost, and I'm gonna use Iron Reply. I'm gonna block 2, and then I'm gonna thrust 1, eat this 3, and I will expire. And the Devil Jonah has me in the locker. But because I paid the cost and I've got equal or greater combat than you, you're going to take a wound automatically. Yep, if your participant has equal or greater combat than the adversary or is equipped with an Eisenfaust attachment, wound the adversary.
Yep, I just got Iron Replied.
Yep.
And I've got to deal with 3.
I mean, I'm gone. Carmella is a city character. We actually had this question on the Discord. City deck characters that are killed go to the locker. And the locker is actually kind of like conceptually a shared place, but there's, technically speaking, if you want to get technical, your locker, my locker, city locker. We try to think about it more of a poetic singular place where the Devil Jonah's got you. All right, so now you got 3 coming at you.
Yeah,
with many boots.
I could.
Yeah, you take a gamble. You want to take one more boo-boo?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a gamble because there are cards in my hand that I really can't afford to lose. I could block this 3, but it would cost me a very valuable card for what I'm trying to do here.
Let's see it.
So I'm gonna gamble. I don't like that.
All right, you can take one of them.
Okay, yeah.
It sucks losing Pole.
It
But
sucks
granted,
losing
your
Pole.
Sorcerer's not doing so hot, and I don't think you're running Maxime today based on
I am not.
the thesis of your deck.
No, it is entirely murder. As cool as I love Max, I personally will be voting for Max for new Montaigne alternate leader. Putting my prejudices out there because you know what? What's better than a literal magical vampire to lead a bunch of noble musketeers?
Oh man, I've got tough decisions here right now.
So Odette is at 3, which is not where you want your leader.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do.
Which is what we're doing.
Armed and marshaled. Engage your performer's attachment. And target an opposing character with equal or fewer attachments. Engage them or move them home.
Yep.
Now it sucks. I'd like him to be home, but he's on guard. But now Leontine has access to that +1 riposte.
Yep. That is tough. Oh, it's the attachment. It engages the attachment.
Engage the attachment. And that's big.
The attachment.
You'll notice Tooth and Claw had a lot of effects that require attachments to engage. It's something we wanted to see more of, and that was the Verhagen brothers, who are just really talented designers. Were really savvy on thinking about how engaging attachments needed to be more prevalent. So expect to see a new attachment destruction card in the next expansion that destroys engaged attachments just to increase some of the threat.
Excellent. All right, I am going to Mastercraft a Rapier onto Leontine.
Shadow's with you. Shadow wants Magical Vampire to lead.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Magical Vampire. Look, a vote for the Magical Vampire is a vote for 0-cost bleed out in a Montaigne deck. Can you imagine the absolute savagery? I know I can.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Do it.
And I hate it. I hate it.
What are we doing?
These are tough decisions.
I'm glad that tough decisions are being made.
Yeah. The question is, do I want to try to keep Otto on his feet? And yeah, I totally want to do that. I'm going to play Triage. Yeah, I'm going to pitch collateral damage to pay for it. And I don't love this. I want to use collateral damage. It's a really good card.
To put more on Odette, yeah.
So Otto's going to go from 3 wounds to 2. He's got the Cross of the Martyrs on him, so he's actually a total of 5 resolve. And that was important because Leontine's got 2 combat. So if Leontine challenged Otto, Otto could not decline. But you might have a Relentless in there, so this could be slightly frivolous. Otto is just an important piece with 2 influence and the ability to draw me more cards each turn. So I'm hoping that worked out.
We will see. All right, I am going to, much as it pains me to do so, pitch Cavalier Hat. That 2 cost. It really hurt me not to put Opulence in this deck, but on the flop, having a 0/0/1 will kill you, and it has at Gen Con and in other casual games since.
You've always been kind of bearish on Opulence.
I have been, particularly since I mathed it out. There are 6 cards in this deck that have a cost of 2. I think
and you're not getting Mercenaries because you've got Contempt and Hatred. You got enough Mercenary hate in here.
Yeah, I have a lot of Mercenary hate, so it really hurt me. But I mathed it out to wounds per card spent. How many cards do I have to spend to put a wound or a free wound or a challenge with a Combat 3 or Combat 2 character onto someone? And I mathed it out, and there just wasn't room for Opulence.
Yeah.
In that arithmetic.
It's seeing a lot of play, and part of that could be the fact that the core box just has a limited card pool. And I don't know if things will change going forward. We do want to see more 2-cost cards come out because 2-cost cards are cool. Some of them, like I think Grandfather's Hammer. I think Grandfather's Hammer could have been a little more generously balanced. I never read it with
Grandfather. I don't know. Grandfather's
There's some big
Hammer.
fans of it out there though, so I just could be straight up wrong.
I'm also a big fan of Grandfather's Hammer because the initial turn it sideways and use the technique and throw down a tremendous amount of threat. And then if they decline, stand him up, do it again. Grandfather's Hammer on Yevgeny himself.
Yeah, but then
we'll just delete someone.
You shut down Iron and Velvet. Because Iron and Velvet requires you to not have an attachment to play. And that's my personal fear. Because if I have Iron and Velvet and Yevgeny...
Here's the thing. I've always viewed... And a good friend of mine, Brandon Drury, fantastic guy, he is a really hardcore Yevgeny the Boar. I'm going to give him Yevgeny the Literal Boar, which I got at Gen Con, which I'm incredibly happy with. And he'll be absolutely elated.
Yeah, that's an Alizilla. This is actually Alizilla, who's one of my favorite community members, did the Siesta Cats. So...
Beautiful.
She donated...
As someone with cats, highly approve.
She actually donated several of these. If you're doing the multiplayer event at Gen Con, she donated some of these as prizes. So, peak prize.
Beautiful.
Where were we? Whose turn is it? We got distracted.
Yeah, sorry. It's my turn.
Your move, yeah.
And I want both Terrell and Otto to die. Not just to die. To effing die. So, I am going to pitch Gallant Deeds, and you've only got 2 cards in hand.
I got Dose.
Dose cards in hand. I'm going to Defending Honor Otto. Otto challenges whoever he wants.
Yeah, cool. Well, this is Trouble with a capital T. Let's go ahead and do the sensible thing and challenge Odette and see what happens.
Okay. Challenging Odette.
Rather, if we just challenge Leontine, I think you're going to smoke me. You've got too much riposte. But if I come in with a big slam, I've only got 1 boo-boo that I can deal. Let's go ahead and take the fight to Let's just go ahead and take it to Odette and see what happens here. So here
All
you
right.
go.
Leontine will intervene for free.
Oh, jeepers, I'm fighting her anyway. I didn't see that coming. All right. Here's the thing I didn't know. I was like, if you're not going to intervene for some reason.
She is an Engard musketeer.
All right, so that makes sense. Let's just move this over here. It's a little more clear.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Leontine
feel free
and
to
Jean
maneuver.
having our fight.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and, have fun just, slapping them around.
Yeah, let's slap them around. Let's see what we got.
You got a legendary reputation and a valiant spirit.
Oh, man, which one do I want?
You want 1-1-2 or some 1-1-2?
Yeah, pretty much. So, and again, there's a lot of 2 costs in this deck, which are really painful, but you know what? When you can use them, they're amazing. So I'm going to Legendary Reputation because this deck relies on fight. So we're going to boink and block because it's done in order, and boink, boink.
All right. I really just, if I can do 1 damage to you, I'm going to be really happy. So let's go ahead and gamble here.
Let's do it.
Oh, I got the Pinecone Gremlin wearing a Quaker hat.
Last Word is one of my favorite cards in the entire game.
It is the best.
Everything about it is perfect. Like, its RPT is kind of subpar. But everything else, the image, the ability, the maneuver, action, everything.
I don't know if you know, but this guy is named.
This guy is
named. He's named. It's a fact within the lore, and I'm not going to say his name on stream. You have to ask us at some point.
Okay.
But I'm not even using Last Word. I'm syncing that because Appealing to the People came out, and I do love blocking 3 and just sending 1 and trying to make this cost a bit more for you.
Okay. Well, Leontine is going to do her second. Oh, wow. I should have shuffled better.
I think you're doing Valiant Spirit again.
Yeah, Valiant Spirit again.
Oh, you losing both of those.
Yeah, that's tough. I was really hoping to...
Those are fun in the Diplomat deck with Anghos. I really like having Valiant Spirit. It opens up Valiant Spirit in a big way.
It does. So we're going to do second verse, same as the first.
Yep, so I've got 3 in front of me.
Oops.
Oh, too big.
Too big.
All right, so the most I can take is 2. So what am I doing? Why don't I just... I'm done. I should have done this before. I'm done, Derek. I'm not fighting. That was a stupid risk. I should have been more thoughtful about even continuing this fight. Well, I had to... Yeah, because that would have worked. I'm done fighting, which means I'm going to take all threat as wounds, and you have 2 combat, which means I'm going to take 2 wounds. So I'm at 4, and don't forget, I've got Cross the Martyrs, so I've got 5 resolve.
And there's the Relentless.
Ah, he did the thing. All right, what's Relentless do?
A wound to Leontine, a wound to Auto.
All right.
3 and 1. So Leontine is pretty beat up, but that's what this deck does. It beats up people. It corners you in an alley, and it relentlessly shanks you.
Yeah, so Auto's gone. That's not great. He kind of flopped on his second pull there, but, I didn't play him very intelligently, so it's mostly on me. So now we're back here. You've got a whole bevy of characters.
Hell yeah.
I think this is the right move, and that's going to be issue a challenge to Leontine. I'm sorry, misspoke. Odette, not Leontine. That would be a big mistake. I'm sending 1, 2, 3 at Odette, and then, of course, a thing that people forget frequently, you can issue a technique when you issue a challenge. You can use a technique when you issue a challenge. So I'm going to use his +1 thrust technique to go ahead and drop a 4th there, and this is all headed at Odette unless somebody intervenes.
This might be a mistake. This might lose me the game, but I really need Leontine. And Odette now has 5 gambles.
Yo, dog, we haven't claimed 1 location.
We have not needed to claim 1 location. The money is just decoration. So you know what? Odette's going to accept and boink, move some money over. Forgot that trigger before.
Things are happening.
But,
triggering
it. All right.
So you accepted.
I accepted. We're in it for the long haul. So 1. Oh, there's a broken time.
No.
She's a duelist. She's a duelist. We're taking broken time.
Oh man. So Gil Triskelion makes Odette a duelist, which means she can use broken time. This is spicy.
1. I'm not gonna not today, of course. 2, 3, 4.
Dude,
5.
You just revealed Five. Because you got 5
cards.
That's
Because Odette's a speedy gal.
Oh, that's a Bastion level broken time. That's so funny. All right, well, pick one to combine.
Yeah. So.
And you can use the maneuver on it.
None of
Quick
these-
reflexes. Quick reflex is your best friend right now because you can
Oh,
repose
yeah,
4 by using the maneuver. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Maneuver time, maneuver 0.
So you just
All this goes
reposted
away.
4 at me, you animal.
I sure
Oh,
did.
God, that's brutal. I really
I'm so happy with this.
did not need that to happen.
Also, I really wish that Fast Reflexes didn't say an opponent's ability because I really want to Relentless into Quick Reflexes just for a free wound. But 2 cards for a free wound wouldn't work anyway.
Let's go ahead and take this gamble.
All right.
All right.
Oh man, a fight through the
Oh
pain.
no, you give me so here's the thing. It's really cool to use Langshort here because Terrell's ability is that cards in his dueling line, if he lives, I can pick up and add to my hand. And who doesn't want a Langshort? But there's a secondary
Langshort's
problem
really
here,
hot.
which is fight through the pain is the better play because how much damage can you do to me?
1.
And I can heal 1. So I'm
Yep.
absolutely doing it. I'm going to sink Langshort, which I hate doing. You had a great pull. I think I also had a pretty great pull. So I'm going to repose, parry, nothing, and then I'm going to go ahead and thrust 5. And here's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 for you. And I'm going to use the technique on Dame of Swords, which says copy the effects of a technique on your participant or one of their attachments. I'm copying the technique plus 1 thrust. So I'm actually sending 6 threat to you.
Oh,
And
grotesque.
then it says sink this card. So Dame of Swords sinks. Goes back to the bottom.
All right, and he has combat 3 against my
Combat 1.
combat 1.
So I'm going to take
and,
one.
and my HP of 1
And of
or
course-
of 3.
I'm using the maneuver on this. I'm going to take 1 wound, and the maneuver says, when your round ends, my round just ended, your participant heals wound. So I actually just, treat that like a block 4 a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my one and only gamble. So let's see. Can you shrug 4 of this?
Let's see.
No
And
way.
there's an out today.
No way. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Like just optimal pulls is great. I had a great pull. You had great pulls. That's awesome.
Oh, whoops! Did I? Whoops! I.
Oh, is that your sync?
Yeah, sorry. That was my.
Oh, no problem. All right, so you're gonna block 5 of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'll take 1. But wait, not
Yeah.
today says take another wound, and
Yeah.
let's just leave. Yeah, let's get you 3,
Yeah.
and go home.
Yep. So she's real messed up.
Oh, man, that was close.
She is very close to bleeding out. This is the only not today in the deck because one time at Gen Con, I was about to assassinate and I drew, I kid you not, 2 not todays. It's very statistically unlikely.
I've had it happen.
But I
before.
am scarred.
It seems to happen with frequency.
It does.
By the way, I'll ask the chat. We've only got like 9 people watching, but we're gonna
9
do.
people is pretty good.
It's not that bad. We're gonna do one more game after this, and I was trying to give Derek some agency, but I'll let you guys choose in the chat if you want to see Vidachi
Sure.
or what's the other faction you want to play against.
Vidachi, I was pretty scared of. The turn 1 Vidachi dominance
Yeah.
is it's kind of a solved game if I'm not overreaching there. The other one was because the last tournament that came out, top 3 was Montaigne. I feel like for my own training, a Montaigne mirror match
Oh, all right, fair enough.
would probably be good training for me.
Yeah, we could pop that out. So if the chat wants to see Vidachi or Montaigne, Derek's going to keep playing Montaigne, but his next game, I think, is your next game. Are you going to do Diplomats?
I'm going to do Diplomats.
He's going to do Montaigne Diplomats. So call out which one you want to see, if either of them. All right, so that was my duel. So actually, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to be sad that Odette is so incredibly beat up. Just alarmingly messed up. So, and you still have 2 cards in hand. All right, I've wanted to do this anyway. I'm going to pitch Legendary Reputation for Crota Leon on Leontine. It is her sword. So she has the Masterwork Rapier and the Crota Leon. Therefore, she is now accurate to her art,
Yeah,
Which is
she's matching.
which is what we want.
Yeah,
And
so
that is my action.
I could swing Caspar over here. We'd tie initiative. I'd have to kill Leontine in a fight. If I move him up, you're likely to just claim this 4 anyway. Then I'd kill you, and then I wouldn't have any means to claim this location. So I think I have officially lost the 4 renown here, but Odette is sitting over there with a very sad amount of health.
Yeah, she's really messed up.
So I'm not even going to engage with the Bazaar, and what will be, but I don't think Leontine's going to come for Terrell, because that could mean she expires, and you did just play the Croc de Leon on her, and she's not going to be sorcering anybody around. I'm moving Caspar up to the docks.
All right.
Straight up.
Yeah, I can't sorcerer her.
We got a vote for the Montaigne Mirror. We've got 1 vote for Vidachi. That's a tie right now.
Okay.
So we'll have to see if anybody else wants to jump in. We've got like 7 other people who could speak up. Some of them are probably just lurking, though.
Yeah. I'm honestly not super concerned about Gustavo. Basically, Gustavo is going to be a better Odo for you.
Yeah, because he pretty much guarantees a card.
He guarantees a card. Yeah, same as Odo.
Based on the deck construction here, there's so many attachments, it might not be. I think it carries some of the same. I think there's something like 18 attachments, or 16 or 18 attachments in this deck.
Yeah, it is an alarming number. So,
what you got?
I'm just glad I was able to keep you from getting Leha. I also can't get Leha. The fact that Horatio has just been sitting here doing the slow stroke has been an absolute emotional devastation
He's just
for
chill.
me. Yeah, he's extremely chill.
Well, serving as a deterrent is still valuable.
Yeah,
Thug him up. All right, there's 2 votes for Vidachi right now.
Thug it up. All right. As much as I want to put Terrell down like the animal that he is, I don't have a source of lethal, and I really think the math, given that you have 2 cards in hand and I have none, even though I have 2 gambles and you have 1, I could throw Leontine at Terrell, or I could just hedge my bets. And
you're 3 finesse right now.
I am 3 finesse. I could do 3 gambles with nothing in hand, but then I'm at the whims of the heart of the cards here. And if I lose Leontine, that's going to be huge, given that I just gave her a really stylish. But I do want to drain those cards out of your hand.
No, leave him alone. Stop it.
You know what? This is a murder deck. You can't get the Bazaar anyway.
Yeah, but that's for renown.
Murder deck murders.
I'm going to decline the duel.
All right, 2.
I'm going to take 2 wounds, actually.
I did not expect that. I really expected you to try to finish off the team.
No, I'm good. I've got a master plan.
All right. I cannot argue with the master plan.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to engage Caspar. I'm going to recruit Gustavo. Your turn.
I'm going to pass.
I'm going to use Gustavo's city action to reveal 2 cards from the top of my deck, and I'm going to add a risk to my hand. God, the thing I was afraid of just happened. Oh no.
It's only a risk.
Why?
It's only risk.
All right, I've got to reveal. My master plan was get an extra card, pay 2, polish flintlock, shoot you.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be so spicy.
That would be
but when I
fantastic.
need attachments with auto, I draw risks, and when I need risks with Gustavo, I grab attachments. That's super sad.
Okay, so that's not a misplay. That's just the heart of the cards.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I would have gone with taking the location.
Oh,
but,
Manny.
Oh, dude, that's too bad. That's super funny, though. I can't get... What an unconventional game. All right.
The fact that I got Gil Triskelion to put Odette in the fight is very unusual. Usually I have to play a little bit more passively, but now... And honestly, putting Odette in the mix has been a tactical mistake, but we're learning.
Do you? Oh, it's your action now. I did my silly
Yeah.
twiddle my thumbs as Gustavo is useless, just like he was in the last mayoral election.
Perfect. Yeah. In fantasy, you can't buy elections. Hot damn.
You passing?
Yeah, I'm passing.
I'm going to claim this location with Gustavo, and finally, the props that I brought out at the start, I'll move over
Wow.
to show I control the docks.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Are you passing again?
I sure am,
I'm
bud.
passing. Bring them
right.
all home.
I don't know if I'm going
Pena
to
didn't
move
even
on
go
that.
out. I didn't need him to go out.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting not having 10 the Wounded. I took out 10 the Wounded and put in some more murder. I think I might have to put 10 the Wounded back in.
Leja's gone.
Because I don't have any defensive cards other than not today, and I'm done with you.
Yeah,
That's
10
it.
the Wounded is so good for its RPT. All right, we got Cyrnith Hand at the docks for day 3. Julius Caligari at the forums. And with 4 renown, we got the Duckfoot Pistol at the Bazaar. So,
Oh, very sexy.
5 renown on there currently. A game-winning amount of renown. Once more drops to be sure. And I don't have any of my cool attachments, which makes me very sad. But not helpful. Not helpful. I think this is the move to be sure. Oh man. Yeah, and this. And that. Alright, I've got my 2.
It's hard for me to. You know what? The scheme is the difficult one to decide in the current board state.
Yeah, usually, well, Sanglante could be good, but I don't want to tell you that in case I board wipe or something. But when you've got that much renown on one location,
Yeah.
it is a pretty common inclusion to have Shifting Tides in an Eisen deck to clear the board for mercenaries, especially after the city deck update, where the amount of mercenaries dropped by 20%.
20%'s a big number.
Yeah, but they also they lost some of their duds, like Vladislav, who I think is a dud. I thought Kala and Adelheid were both kind of duds because they didn't have influence. So now it actually made Kaspar's city action far more reliable to get a quality mercenary that can add some influence. So we'll see how that shapes out in the meta.
Alright, I am going to. Problem with Epee is it's a musketeer action.
Yeah, and you don't have...
And all my musketeers are... Well, one of my musketeers is beat to shit. Alright, so I am going to... make a mistake.
Ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
All right. I told you this would happen. Shifting Tides. Oh, you did until morale improves and Stranahan. All right.
Yep.
I like Stranahan. People are down on Stranahan.
No, I will say this for the chat. People say, oh man, Stranahan, he's just for protecting diplomats. No. Stranahan gives up to 3, possibly 4 other characters, especially if you have Fraternity, a
Lethal.
reliable source of lethal. This means Stranahan can take something like a flintlock musket and say, okay, my 1 combat character is sending 5 lethal at you.
That's spooky.
And the thing is...
Well, it's only musketeers, so...
Yeah, it's only musketeers, but the thing is, lethal is rare. And especially if you have something like Contempt and Hatred or many... Because it's a technique. It's a technique, which means that it isn't just turning sideways. It's Legendary Reputation. You can use that technique again. It's Valiant Spirit. Stand up. Use the technique again. Defending Honor. Use the technique again. It can be used over and over and over and over and over again to turn 3, 4, 5 threat into a reliable way of putting bodies in the ground.
Once per duel, but still.
Once per duel,
Yeah.
but given the fact that this is made, Montaigne has so many ways of doing duels again and again and again and again.
So I got Philip today. You got Stranahan. I have Shifting Tides. So Shifting Tides actually has this ability that procs first because it says when the scheme is revealed. So when revealed effects happen first, which is discard all city cards from each city location. And then we actually don't discard any of the renown just yet. So these are going to our discard pile. And then you're going to go ahead with yours.
Oh, really? It's after the divide.
Yep, discard. So it actually doesn't matter where you put yours because wherever you put them, this is going to take effect, which is add a city card to each location. Hang on. Yeah. And then discard all renown from all locations and add a renown to a location. Then each opponent adds a renown to a different location.
Yep.
So these are
Completely clears the board.
Yeah, I just didn't want, Odette can control renown so nicely. I just didn't want you to have a clump of that to be able to finagle. I'm only up by 2 renown. I think we're going for an assassination victory this time. But a new city card is going to each location. We've got Risky Undertaking, Smuggled Item, and the Crystal Eye, all influence-based. I don't have another fighter, which is too bad, so sad. But I'm going to go ahead and add renown to a location. And this seems somewhat meaningless right now, but let's go ahead and drop it. Yeah, on the forums, and then you can add a renown to a different location.
All right. Let's do Crystal Eye.
Yeah, the Bazaar.
Yeah, the Bazaar.
Cool. All right. So we can go ahead and draw cards. This time I'm drawing 7 cards because I've got 6 panache plus 1, so 1, 2.
I'm only drawing 5.
Oof. Yeah, but you've got some extra on guards.
I do.
Not happy about that.
Extra on guards means more fight.
It do mean that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be killing me right now. I gotta get my hands on a melee weapon.
I am trying to kill you right now. That is true.
What we got here? I got nothing. Nothing. Where are my melee weapons?
No one knows. No one could know.
Alright, well, we'll have to deal with that.
Washing down whiskey with a cider. That's the way to do it, chat.
Alright, so you've got the opening because I'm at initiative 1. You hold on to our fancy first player token here.
Okay. Oh.
Man, these games take
I
a
love
while.
that
when we
until
articulate-
morale improves gives me the first player token.
Oh, yeah, this time.
Yeah, because Shifting Tides. Shifting Tides, worth every penny.
We've been playing for an hour, but I think it's only because we've explained just about everything we're doing.
Yeah.
Normally, we play a lot faster. I think we
Yeah.
tend to get games done in 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, usually. Or if we have a turn 1 or 2 victory with assassination or a tremendous amount of renown stacking like we saw. So I'm not going to bring out Leontine because you could have a bleed out. I'm going to double check and see if bleed out, because I had it here in a city location. So they can't bleed me out at home. So you could have a bleed out, you could have a relentless. I don't want to risk my special girl. So I'm not going to make the mistake of bringing Horatio out to a location where he might get snuffed out. So I'm going to do... Yeah, let's throw Jean out here. Commander and Confidant.
Tough calling Gustavo because he just evaporates when Horatio challenges him, and I really want to get an extra card right now. But I know that if I step out the door, Horatio will throw a 3. You'll walk right up, and then I got to throw a defender in the mix, and who wants to do that?
Yeah, you really have to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Horatio is a huge threat.
Pena is a nice tool that I haven't got a lot of utility out of this game, and I feel like the money I spent on him isn't useful unless I want to go mess with Horatio. But really, I've got two like primary targets that I really need to throw hate on, and it's a little challenging to do so currently. I think that what I'm going to do is you can take a wound and just engage somebody straight up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, man. Awful. Simply awful.
Yeah, you got a lot of cards in hand, and that makes me upset.
Don't want to lose that right now, but that would probably be useful and helpful because controlling the board is good. Let's go ahead and move Gustavo up to the forums.
All right. Yeah, let's throw some hate.
Terrell moves up.
Terrell moves up. Stranahan moves up.
Gustavo's going to use his ability. Actually, we're going to go ahead and pitch a devotion to buy the smuggled item.
All right. Ooh, sexy. All right, let's. I am going to pitch embarrassing yourself. Defending honor. Horatio.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
Gustavo issues, he's going to issue a 0-threat challenge.
Yeah, but I'm still going to.
Which I don't know that I don't believe, man, I hate when this comes up. This is such a rare interaction.
Which was why we have to do it.
You know what? You're the worst. We had this come up, and
This is for the education of the community, Carl.
Let me see. Herald. I'm pinging the Herald. A character is forced to issue a 0 combat challenge. So I'm sending no threat, right? And the duel ends when all threat is resolved, which means I'm sending... Duel happens is what he says. So
Right.
I have to issue a duel challenge to somebody.
Yep.
Not Horatio. I issue it to Stranahan, I suppose.
Yep.
So here you go. Look, it's Harold's in here. Harold's watching. I appreciate you, Harold. End of the round is when we check for threat. That makes sense. So Gustavo is issuing his 0-threat challenge to Stranahan, so Stranahan can play whatever card he wants.
And he gets to stay standing up, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do some scary stuff in hand, but I'm gonna wait. I'm going to see what my first of 3. Really? Okay. Well, I'm gonna sending 3 threat.
Sending 3 threat.
Sending 3 threat, my friend.
Well, I think I'm in a position where the best I can do is
I wanted to keep
gamble.
that Dame of Swords.
Yeah, that's a
but
rare
here we are.
interaction, and I hate it. Let's see. Yes, absolutely. Let's go ahead and use this polished flintlock because we didn't even put threat out.
Oh, whoops.
So we got 3 out. I'm going to riposte 1, parry 2. Here you go.
Okay.
And that's my first of 3 gambles. Let's see
You also
how
have a
long.
lot of gambles.
Let's see if
Also
I can
3
last.
gambles. All right, let's see. 1 gamble, 2 Wow.
Oh
Really?
man, I'm safe.
You're very safe.
Oh, I got lucky there.
Okay, so I want to keep Mangosh. So I'm going to do... yeah. Do quick reflexes. And you're just going to eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat that 1 damage.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Good fight.
All right, this was
GG,
the start.
GG.
So glad Harold's watching. Ruling is here in case the audience is looking for it. All right, appreciate it. We got help from Shisuro, who seems to know the rules better than I. Oh, is Shisuro might be. I bet that 006. That's Harold. Harold's been hiding in plain sight the whole time.
Goodness.
All right, well I'm gonna do a thing here.
Do it.
I'm gonna use Gustavo's ability, which is reveal cards from your deck equal to his influence. I'm gonna reveal 1, 2, and 3 cards, and I can add a risk to my hand. Oh boy, you know what I'm putting in my hand. I really want to put Pinecone Gremlin in, but I am grabbing the regroup, and then these two will.
May I observe regroup?
Oh, of course, of course. The real value is that it's a parry out. It's a -2 dash.
Yeah, it's a dash.
It also
2
gives
dash.
you a singular move, lets you move a character from one location to an adjacent.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's a very flexible card.
It is.
I like Strategy too because it's up to 2 characters, so just extra movement. So, over to you.
All right. I know that you have a parry out 2 in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes me upset. So upset. Alright, I am going to pitch come hither as much as it pains me to do so to put the crystal eye on Jean.
Ah, man, you know what I was about to do?
Mm.
I was about to blow up the smuggled item to steal that.
That would be
Equip
cool.
an attachment from your hand or a city location to this character ignoring all costs, and just snag it so you could,
Yep.
even if I was going to blow up my toy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a cool option that just opened up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got me in a bit of a pickle here. Let's go ahead. That would tie us to 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and move Philip up to the bazaar here.
All right. I don't like that you have cards in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards.
Jesus.
How many do you
Christ.
have?
3.
Th-
2.
oh.
I was wrong. None of that is good.
All right, I got a big hand advantage right now.
Yeah. You sure do. The temptation to use Come Hither to put Gustavo anywhere else was strong, but then you would just put him back. So, I am going to use Until Morale Improves. I don't want to do this, but Philip is dangerous, and I will put a wound on Jean to engage Philip.
Philip is engaged.
Because
Alright.
Philip fighting Jean, I think I could come out on top in that fight. However, you have a fist full of murder.
I have a lot of cards, but you still have 2 guys at home.
I do.
2.
2 heavily wounded guys at home.
We're going to engage Gustavo and claim the forums.
Yeah, you've got me 3-2. All right.
Yeah, Coxetrus strategy is way better for movement. It is. It's a better movement card, but regroup offering the 2 parry straight up. I think it might be the better card overall, but it depends on your goals. Strategy is definitely the better movement card.
All right.
And it's an action, not a city action. True.
All right. I am going to move Jean here so that all his friends get his...
Only Stranahan, because it's Musketeers.
It is Musketeers.
Yeah. Poor Horatio's left out of the club.
Poor Horatio. I was very tempted to put Tabard of the Fallen Musketeer just for Horatio, but that's a card that could be more murder, honestly. And it's a parry out, and I don't want to accidentally do 2 parry outs when I want to kill people.
I wonder what you're going to do. With a debt. Jeepers creepers. Let's go ahead. I mean, you could just bump her into the middle, I suppose. Pena, get up there.
Pena, get in there, bud.
Pena's up at the bazaar right now.
Love it.
And Philip likes that because if he can get into a fight, he can use his technique. Because Pena is still a mercenary.
That's true. I'm going to double check my discard.
Like, turn this around to be friendly to
Okay.
people.
Both poles are in my deck, which means Leontine can move in. I don't care about Leontine anymore.
Well, have you know I'm having a lot of trouble because I'm missing one critical thing, which is melee weapons.
That is very surprising
Yeah,
given the composition of this deck.
I sunk them both. I sunk them. So they have not come
That's
out
true.
to play. So I suppose you're going to try to move Odette up here and then force a duel, and that duel will make me sad. Because then you will plop the Renown from here over to here and then try to take it. And it's just going to be a slow grind. So I need to like really do some damage here. And I think I'm just going to scoot Caspar up into the fold, get him up here so we can get nice and messy.
Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. Got to strike while the iron's hot. And yeah, fuck it. Horatio is going to turn sideways on Caspar.
You're issuing a 3 combat challenge to Caspar?
I'm issuing a 3 combat challenge to Caspar.
Man, what do you have in your hand? Because he can't gain lethal because he's not a musketeer.
Correct.
You can't use his technique.
Correct.
I could accept this fight and gamble, revealing 3. Oh, I cheated. I'm so sorry. I cheated. I equipped the Devil Jonah's Bones a while ago, and I completely forgot the forced ability, which is a big boo-boo on my part. When you equip it, you have to take a wound. So he started out with a wound because you have a dark pact with Jonah. Blood must be spilt. So he actually already has 1 boo-boo on him, which does change the calculus a smidgen. You have an up Leontine who can gain lethal. You have a Stranahan, and I could just take 3.
Any of them can gain lethal.
Or try to get rid of him, and he's got a built-in riposte.
And I can stand Jean up with until morale improves. I can stand any of them up with until morale improves. And actually, let me do a visual calculus here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and accept this duel.
All right.
And I'm going to open with a gamble. I'm going to reveal 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Boom! Let's go ahead and master Caspar's Panzerhand that bad boy.
All right.
So I'm going to block 4, and here's 1.
Boink.
Yep. So these are gone. So block 4, thrust 1.
Devil Jonah's Bones is quite nice.
It is.
All right.
I only do it twice.
I'm going to gamble. Yeah,
Relentless.
Yep,
It is.
relentless.
That's
it
the
is.
play. So I
Throwing
got 4 back at me.
Throw.
So
Yep.
2, 4 at me. How am I going to manage this? I'm going to gamble. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Collateral damage. You know why? Because I'm using that maneuver bad boy.
You sure are.
And I'm going to pitch Iron...
I'm gonna put Leontine to the ground now.
Oh, man. These are tough decisions, actually, because that's useful, that's useful, that's useful, that's useful. I'm gonna pitch the yield. And this is why I wanted some melee weapons.
Yeah.
And I don't have any Eisenfaust because I pitched them all like a great fool. So Leontine has been killed with collateral damage. Brilliant.
Yep.
I'm going to block 2.
Glad I didn't bring
Thrust
Odette
2.
up. Because I knew that collateral damage was around.
Yep. I think I mentioned that earlier. Showed my hand a bit. All right, so I'm out of gambles. So now it's just cards from hand.
All right. I have 2 more gambles.
That you do.
1 and 2. Yep.
Yeah, block 2, send 3.
Yep, block 2,
with,
send 3.
Friends of Court.
Yoink.
Now, you can wound him to unguard him, so I should... Oh, you can wound anybody to unguard him, so I should probably try to make this a roughly untenable situation for you. Let's go ahead and drop this yield from my hand. Block 2, so I'm just willing to take 1. And then I'm sending 4 at you.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Block 2, send 4 is pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
I'm hoping yield sees some play.
All right. Now, for this instance, I was saving a broken time. So I'm going to broken time 1, 2, 3. None of these are super appealing, to be honest.
You can throw 5 threat with the bleed out because you'll riposte 1 with broken time and then riposte 2. That's the better play.
Yep, that's what I'm doing here.
So you're going to end up taking 2, but I'm going to have 5 to deal with. Please stop.
Yep, I sure am.
Maybe this was a mistake because I'm now hitting the point. I've now reached the point where it would have been better to just take this fight, but I wouldn't have killed Leontine. So that's 6 and 1, half a dozen.
Yeah, I would have used Leontine to put Gustavo down.
Yep. So you're gonna take. You got 2 on you.
Oh, thank you for catching that.
I got you. I really don't love doing this because there are better people for it. But I think that the move is...
Or you could just eat it and lose.
No. Why would I? Well, I could take 3, but that's gonna put me at 7. That puts me in really dangerous territory. But at the end of this, I'm gonna be with 3 left no matter what, and I haven't even fought yet. So it looks like your plan might be working, except you have literally 1 boy left, and it's Stranahan. How many cards do you have left in hand?
1.
And you've used how many gambles? 3.
2.
2. So you played Broken
1
Time
from hand. Yep.
Okay.
This is why I arrange things as I do. Gamble from hand. Brought in from hand.
If that's the case, I'm going to try to starve you. I'm going to play Dark Gift from hand, and I hate doing that because I want to play with Terrell to be able to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to repose 3. So you've got 3 back at you. I'm going to take 2, which puts me at 6. And we're currently in dangerous territory.
All right. I will use my 3rd and final gamble.
Let's see it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be the Friends of Court.
Yeah. I want to try to put you down.
So you're going to take 1 out of that.
I sure am.
And you're sending 3 to me.
I sure am.
Gross. All right. I think You're out of gambles.
I'm completely out of gambles.
Right.
I have 1 card in hand.
Got to do it. Breastplate.
Oh. Okay.
It does let you walk away from the fight. But
it does.
It's I think the thing that's best for Kaspar's waning health pool. So I'm going to block 3, send 1.
All right. How many cards in hand?
The Mighty 5. 5 cards.
All right. I'm going to eat it and end the duel.
There's that matchlock musket in there. I'm calling it. All right.
Oh, but it was another valuable card.
All our toys are coming back home.
And that was my action.
Huh.
Oh, actually, nope. I've already decided. I've already done it. I've already put things away. I can't rewind it.
Go ahead and rewind. We're having fun. We're learning.
Okay.
What would you have done?
Okay, so up, down, down, down. Oh, sorry, you were up. You were up, you were up, you were
Yep.
down, you were down.
Let me pull my dual plan out.
Broken Time bleed out.
All right, here we go. No, we just reconstruct this.
You were on time.
All right, I've reconstructed
Sorry,
my line.
You're there.
And you had 1 coming at you, right? Because the last thing was
yeah.
breastplate.
Yes. So,
Are you doing it?
yeah, because Jean is there to give me...
By the way, have you
no,
used your
I
technique?
can't.
Have you used your technique?
I can't. Oh, this technique? Yes, I have.
Okay, cool.
I forgot. Jean...
No, he only extends it to musketeers.
only extends it to
Yeah,
musketeers.
not Horatio. Horatio's left out of the party.
So you have how many cards in hand?
I have 5 cards in hand.
Okay, yes.
All right, we do it.
We're doing
Yeah.
it. We're
I'll
doing
always
it. We're
rewind
doing
for you, Derek.
it. Thank you. I appreciate you, Carl. Okay, so that is my action. He does indeed
Take his boo-boo.
Take his boo-boo.
You got these guys just barely hanging on.
Yeah, just Caspar and Horatio shanking the sweet Jesus out of each other. Before finally deciding enough is enough. Before Caspar knocks the senses out of Horatio, just grabs a breastplate and baps him with it. Like it's a WWE match. And he's got the chair.
Okay. This is a tough position to be in.
That's where I want you.
You gotta engage Pena to move him. I can't pass. Can't afford to pass. I could issue a challenge with Terrell. My dilemma is I'm pretty sure you've got something that can just sink Caspar if you're able to issue the proper challenge, but you can't play that combat card on the issue, which means you need me to actually accept the duel in order to get lethal with Stranahan. And if that's the case, I think I should do everything I can to put you as far back as possible, which means Terrell is going to issue a challenge to Horatio and use his technique to thrust 1. So I'm sending 4 at Horatio. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
You're going to get a reset of gambles, which I don't love. But I think I just need to try to get a body advantage on you at this point. So let's see what you got. I don't want him standing back up until morale improves. You can always stand Jean back up too, which is spooky. But
all right, Stranahan is going to get in the way.
But now we have a Terrell fight. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool, Kanye.
So, first of 3 gambles.
No, we don't like that. Ooh, yeah. Main gouge it. That's what you got to do.
I'm just gonna get and stop it.
So we'll pass these 2 back.
Yep, this isn't the greatest.
We'll take my only gamble.
What are you talking about? I ended the duel.
Oh, you did that. Sorry, I never seen these cards before. What are those? I'll just sink them. I thought you totally gouged it. All right, my bad. Okay.
No.
Well, you got an engage out of that effectively, which is better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a better thing.
All right, I am going to until morale improves. Jean takes a boo-boo.
Mm-hmm. And you can unguard anybody at the location. Unguard anybody, right?
Correct.
Yeah, wound your performer, unguard a character at the location.
Yoink. Do I want to? I'm actually going to stand up Jean.
Now, you don't have to wound Jean to stand up Jean unless you want. You could wound Stranahan if you wanted instead.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This to this.
You're putting me in positions where I kind of...
Oh, whoops. I completely forgot to do the first of the
of
Crystal
course.
Eye.
Here, go ahead. Look at those. This is good because we're entering day 4. I mean, provided we get there. You've got no dead at home. I'm in a position where I just don't have the body count.
I'll say until the swords decide. 'Cause until the swords decide is always a fantastic choice.
Okay, let the sword decide. Yeah. All right, so you do that. I'm gonna do Caspar City action, and I think it was Coxitris pointed out that yeah, this is much better with the current city deck. I have the utmost confidence. I'm going to engage Caspar to parlay with him. I'm going to reveal cards in the city deck until I reveal a character. Okay, this is not ideal. I mean, I'll take it. It's Takama. I mean, Takama's got 2 influence, and who doesn't love having 2 influence? But maybe she can eat a fight so that Caspar doesn't have to, and then we'll sink the Object of Wonder. Not ideal, because the reaction is after a duel ends. Too bad.
That's real rough. I don't like that at all.
Now, this is one of the longest games we've had.
It is. There's a lot going on.
We usually have games that take half this time.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Jean is going sideways into Caspar. Takama jumps in the way.
Takama's jumping in the way for sure.
Using his technique for thrust.
Okay. 2, 3, and 4. You sent in 4, huh?
I sure am.
Yeah, man, I'm doing it. I accept this duel and I play regroup. So I block 2.
Block 2,
take 2,
and she heals 1.
Yeah, and the question is, who am I going to heal? This is actually a tough decision. I think that the answer is not Gustavo. He's got plenty of influence, but there's just going to be such little renown on the board. And I feel like, given the trajectory of this, Terrell could be a good body to keep alive.
Well,
but I think
it's if your character heal a wound from
them.
The
character that
so it has to be Takama.
Yep. I thought I had more flexibility. Gotta remember. I don't get Takama into play very often. I gotta read her more carefully.
I love Takama. She's won me games.
Takama's got 2 influence, and that's spicy.
Yeah,
so
pretty sick.
You've used both ends of until morale improves.
Yep, I'm gonna turn that sideways to represent that I've done both.
And now it's my action, huh?
Now it's your action.
Got all these engaged characters. But I bet you're gonna walk up with Odette with that Guild Triskelion.
I might maybe just.
And that would be pretty bad.
It Might maybe just be.
All right, I got to do it.
Do it. Do it to it.
Playing the Polished Flintlock.
Uh-oh.
Pitching Fight Through the Pain.
Uh-oh.
And Iron Reply to put it on Philip. And then it says City Reaction. After Philip equips an attachment, move him to an adjacent location. So now he piles into the forums as well. Come on in, Odette. Come on in.
Double check.
Go ahead and read that City Action out loud.
Target opposing character. They may engage if they do not wound them and engage this card. So that is
A death sentence for Odette if she walks in here.
a death sentence for Odette.
If she walks in here.
If she wants.
Unless she wants to
or
go
I,
meet
yeah, or I
Pena.
could walk in. You do the action. She engages. Yeah, none of that's good. Should have kept one card in hand for this other card I have in hand. Yeah, I'm pretty hosed. And everybody there is engaged.
Oh, yeah, everybody's in. Except for Pena. Pena
Except for
continues
Pena.
to be useless. And, in fact, he's probably going to go away because I'm at my crew cap. So Pena's probably going to evaporate.
Oh, can you evaporate somebody?
You in fact must evaporate somebody if you muster at the beginning of a day during the planning phase rather, and you would exceed your crew cap. You have to send characters to the locker until you have the right amount. So
Okay.
Pena,
I like the idea of, I'm sorry, I just don't have the capacity to manage this many people.
It's just-
I'm going to
I'm gonna-
take you out back and execute you.
putting a dog down. They really mean it when they let you go from the company.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really going to feel bad that...
I'm feeling the past coming on.
Yeah, Guild Triskelion is an engage cost.
And you
So-
put me in a spot where if I were greedy, I could go ahead and shoot Horatio. And then we could have a fight between Caspar and Odette.
We could.
And here's the thing. This game's already gone on for an hour and a half, right?
It's been a minute. You know what? I'm going to pass. So now it's your action.
Engage Horatio or kill him.
Horatio's
I've shot
toast.
Horatio to death. All right, you have the option now if you want to come fight Caspar.
You fucking bet, son.
Let's see. Let's just bring the whole game out down to this. All
All
right.
right, that's my action. Bring Odette
Is
in.
it the best move? No. Is it the spiciest? Let's go. I'm going to pass.
All right, Odette turns sideways. 5 at
Caspar.
Caspar.
This is probably dumb. I can actually assuredly say, actually, everybody get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Get out of here.
All right. I'm just going to set them all over here for Meow. All right.
They're
Was this smart?
observers.
No. Has this game gone on for an hour and a half? Absolutely it has. It's already 9 o'clock. All right. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to reveal 1 and 2 and 3 cards.
Very sexy.
Well, oh, I think I just lost.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's it.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to lane for I die.
GG.
All right. Good game. Went on for a while. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, Remy is also very excited.
All right, that game took like as long as 2 games, but that's what we get for explaining everything. Do you have time to pop a quick Vidachi game?
I sure do.
All right, because I think the ultimate votes were for Vidachi. Let me see here. Thug 'em up. And then, of course, Harold came in for the save, telling us how to play the game. Thank you, Harold. What would we do without you? All right.
Is Harold saying anything that I could learn from?
Not yet. I don't think so. He says the duel happens, and then he says, here's the ruling. Keeping everybody informed.
I do
Right.
enjoy being informed because I've got to fight Tom. And you know what? Tom terrifies me.
Yeah, Tom Sorensen is just a really talented player, and also like the kindest person.
Yeah, I've only met him the once. I think I got him on a tiebreaker because I managed to squeak out a little bit of renown. If I'm remembering correctly, I might not be. But yeah, he was very kind in allowing me to walk things back when I forgot rules, as I'm ought to do, as everyone in the stream has seen. 8th in the world, baby. Forgetting rules all the time.
All right, so here's what I've got. You're running your Montaigne Diplomats, huh?
I am.
All right. Well, I'm bringing Vidachi. Now I'm bringing the I actually have all the Oh, let's see. Oh, Tom's coming? Fun. Haven't seen him in a bit. Yeah, Tom S. Actually, both Toms. Tom, who's part of the dev team, Tom Brown, and Tom Sorensen, as far as I understand, should be at Gen Con. He hasn't told me. I'd be a little surprised if he didn't come out because he really enjoys the game, and he's good at it. I think the two players that I have the highest degree of confidence in are Tom S. and Hayes Hunter. Speaking of Hayes Hunter and Dan the Don Deneen, I am running their Vadachi deck for this game.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Will I pilot it as well as they can? Absolutely not. But oh, careful now. Do you need more whiskey there, buddy?
I think I'm good. That's just me being clumsy.
We gotta get your tolerance. No, I sincerely meant, do you need more whiskey? I wasn't giving you any shit.
I'll just put this here.
Oh, fair
this
enough.
beer will finish me off. So, Leontine back in the scene.
Yeah, I think you told me, and slight spoilers here, that you were going to run Gaian for this, and Gaian is something I really want to see. I'm hoping the Diplomat cards that hit Tooth and Claw.
This is all the vast majority of the Tooth and Claw cards for Montaigne make an appearance in this deck, and I will say for those of you in the chat, Jack Harding landing at the same time as Tea and Cakes can do some incredible work, and I've showed Carl this the last time we played, where renowned here, Jack goes here, says whoop, me and I don't know Otto are moving over into like the murder pit and then engage a fight. Odette moves more money over.
Yeah, Jack's scary, dude.
Yeah, and then Jack can say, "Oh, a murder character, pitch you back where I came from."
Well, we have an interesting game here because I think both of our decks are pacifism, which is like a loaded term. People don't like that term. I think it's fine, but
we'll say renowned focused.
Yeah, it's renowned focused and probably control. Which who knows? This could actually be just a boring game. But
yeah, after the last extremely exciting game, you know what? We're gonna cool things down a little.
Yeah, and I actually have to make a quick change here because it's no longer an Eisen fight.
It is no longer an Eisen fight.
No longer. This is a Vadachi fight. Oh, jeez. There we go. I'm glad everybody hung out. We've held steady between like 8 and 10 viewers, but we should try. I'm down to try to do this weekly going up to Gen Con and maybe after.
I would love to.
We
folks are going to know exactly what I do and how I play, which is going to give them a bit of an advantage. But you know what? If I tweak things enough and refine things enough and get to a Tom level, it might not matter because I look at Tom's deck and how he pilots it, and I say to myself, even if I was to do everything right, even odds, I would come out on top.
So we had Colin Adelheid hit the docks, Crabs in a Bucket hit the forum, and we had Carmella hit the bazaar. Crabs in a Bucket is a little sad because I think it's great. It's better day 2 or 3 or later. Do you want to pitch it and put a new card in that'll be a little more exciting? We're playing casual.
Yeah, we're playing casual.
All right.
There are viewers here that want to see some interesting new mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, I love Crabs in a Bucket. That's the one problem with both that and, I suppose, Chance Meeting, which replaced... It's the number 3 card. That card, I think it replaced Point of Opportunity, maybe. That card, if it comes out day 1, could be a little less good, unless, of course, somebody recruits something day 1. It changes the landscape quite a bit. All right, so we got these 3 out. Let's go ahead and pick our approach cards here. And I think the opening here is pretty set. Oh, I have something very...
for Kahala and Aldehyde is adorable.
I, of course, just missed a trigger right off the bat, but it's okay, because you know what I'm doing. Of course, the Don has to reveal a thug, and the thug that I'm revealing is... Hey, you know what's up, Elsie.
Elsie's fantastic.
So here she is. She's in. So she'll be in my starting hand. we got to see if we can get more guest appearances on here too. All right, so Elsie's in the starting hand. But you know, I could pivot a little bit and do some different things here.
You think I'm okay before we start to hit your restroom?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We'll give us a little pause.
All right, little pause. BRB.
We'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Alright, coming in with a standard opening. Derek will be back in a minute, but a little Plans Within Plans and Sabella, featuring more art by Alizilla. This was the social promo. Tough choice between, I really like Angelo, but I think Angelo's not going to give me much help here, just because, I mean, I know my matchup, and frankly, I'd know my matchup after the reveal a little bit better. Elsie's kind of the reliable grab day one with the Don's passive. During setup, reveal a Red Hand Thug from your deck and put it into your hand. But the flexibility after is nice. I'm gonna maybe try to play for the day one dominance. Derek knows about it, so he'll probably try to play around it. So if he ends up dropping another character, he's likely to just dump both of them on a singular location, and he might go for one of these mercenaries. All right, we ready for it?
All right, I'm ready for it.
Let's see it. All right, we've got a little
angle around this incredibly friendly dog.
We've got a Leontine and a Reputation. We've got a Sabella and a Plans Within Plans. So it sounds like I have a duty to do to try to prevent your Reputation Merite.
Yeah.
So Plans Within Plans at 73. I'm going to add a renown to 2 different locations.
Sabella makes me sad. I was terribly tempted to bring in... oh man, who was the new diplomat that was brought in Tooth and Claw?
Well, there were 2 new diplomats. There's Lord Stranahan and Jack Harding.
No, the guy that gives free wealth.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I mean Stranahan. I meant Grand Merchant Anghos.
Grand Merchant Anghos.
Stranahan is
he was
musketeer.
the only guy in there that was Influence 3.
Yeah, he's interesting. I'm excited to see a lot more of him. You've got to add a renown to a location with no renown, so we actually have a renown on each location. Pretty standard.
Yep.
I'm going to search my deck for a Red Hand Thug, reveal it, and put it into my hand. And the character I'm pulling out today, I'm gonna drop the Baratino.
Baratino is.
So, Baratino's coming into my hand, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 cards because my panache is 6.
Sure.
And you'll go ahead and draw 7.
Yep. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, I'm feeling sad.
Then after I claim a location that has an opposing character, I can unguard target character I control at that location. So we love to be opposing.
Double check. This is my nightmare for this. Made real.
All right, I've got the opening, huh?
You sure do.
And you've got a lot of flexibility here. I think that. Woof. Oh, very helpful.
I should have shuffled better.
I'm
but
gonna
here we are.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull Sabella out to Kala and Adelhide's location.
Okay.
Let's move over to these docks because I do like little Carmela.
All right, I'm gonna do this just for the chat. I am going to Blood Mark. It is a sorcerer action, not a sorcerer city action. Move your performer to any city location, boink, and then you may wound them, boink. Move another character from their first location, boink, to this one.
Okay, I did not I did not expect that.
No one ever does.
So you've got 5 influence at this location, huh?
I sure do. Let me move that over so that no numbers are being covered.
This is weird. Now the question is, are you just going to go ahead and recruit Carmela?
I kind of want that 1 influence and the ability to kill you.
Yeah, tough call. But I didn't expect you to do that.
No one ever does.
I'm generally shooketh.
Shooketh be had.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, you're gonna miss out on your Merite. I'm moving the Don up to the bazaar, and let's see what insanity happens.
Okay.
Let's see if I get smoked.
All right. I am going to turn Odette sideways. I'm gonna pitch 2 paid-offs. Should have shuffled better. And I'm going to get Carmela myself.
All right. Well, now you've lost Reputation Merite because it's a leader city action.
While that is true,
you might have some
Reputation Merite gives me a character, and I've got a character anyway. So the action is done, and I have someone who's good at fight.
Fascinating. Yeah, I'm in trouble here. Let's see what happens. I just didn't want you to Merite. I was thinking you'd Merite over the Carmela buy, but Carmela's also. I just didn't think you'd do that. But big mistake, Rooney.
At the very least, I have prevented a turn 1 domination victory, as far as I know. Because you have 2 guys over here. I mean, you could put Elise here, and then turn her sideways, and then play, like, rough them up, or whatever. You still, but then again, you wouldn't get this one, because I got you by 1. No, we're tied now. So, at the very least, I have prevented a turn 1 domination victory, which was my goal.
Let's go ahead and play a Bertino and pitch a Shoddy Craftsmanship for it. So I've got a Bertino. Thugs coming at home.
Okay. What do we got?
We've just got a Harold coming in with the big scream emoji.
Nice. All right. I'm going to save these. And you know what? Carmela is going to turn sideways on... It really doesn't matter who, because Sabella and the Don have roughly the same combat stats.
Yeah, but Sabella can wound herself to wound opposing characters.
Yeah. You know what?
But the Don is the leader, so if
leader.
you kill him, I become very sad.
We'll throw our 3-thread on Sabella because she has a much smaller booty than the Don, who is considerably thicker than his daughter.
And I could gamble this. This is risky, but you know, if this game ends early, it ends early because we've already been playing for a bit. Let's just go ahead and accept this duel just for funsies, and let's do a gamble. We got
It's been accepted.
Yep.
Odette, reaction?
We got a little come hither action, so I'll block 2, send 3, 1, 2, and 3 for you. So taking 1.
All right. The first of 2 gambles. 1 and 2. I could just parry out, but what would the fun in that be? I'm going to take 1 and I'm going to push 3.
Okay, coming in for our second gamble. Yeah, for sure. I'm done with you.
Oh no.
So I'm going to block 2. So I take a total of 1. There we go. That worked out nicely.
All right. Pull those away.
All right. I was hoping for the parry out. I know this deck construction.
Yeah, Carmella really does alter the arithmetic of 2 different renowned focus decks.
She does. Berrettino moves up.
Okay. Carmella throws another challenge on Sabella.
Berrettino's going to intervene today.
He sure is.
Send a 3 to me.
Need.
Cool. We are going to use my one and only gamble. And that's so
He's
bad.
dead no matter what.
Oh, that's so bad.
This is why I don't run Opulence. As much as I love Opulence in Montaigne specifically because there's so many 2-cross cards, 002 will kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna sink the Opulence, use the corridors, I guess, and Berrettino's dead. Whew, that just did not work out well. All right, so this is gone too. But I stopped that extra challenge, which is, you know, I'll take it.
All right.
You still have a challenge in the chamber with Leontine, which I don't love. Let's see here. Woof. Woof. Not great. We'll go ahead and pop an Upman's jacket and put it on. Well, here's the thing. I'm really in trouble here because you're going to issue a 2 combat challenge, which means I'm definitely putting it here.
Sounds good.
And then I'm going to pitch Pull to pay for it.
All right, my action. I'm going to pitch Sea Legs. Battle of Wits does not engage. Odette throws 3 at Sabella. We're even.
Man.
We're even 3 and 3.
Man, you got a stacked hand, and I just didn't expect you to do what happened, and maybe that's just because I played badly. All right, so Odette's sending 3 here. Just rearrange these to get them more in the camera to make it easier on people. All right, so Sabella is totally gonna, just
Gamble it up.
gamble it up. Yeah, nice. We'll do that for sure. We will.
Oh, sexy.
Repose 2, thrust 1. Taking 1. So I'm at 3 right now. So I got 1 left before I meet my demise.
All right, and
3 threat on her.
yep. Let's see. This was challenge. We're going to gamble. Yep. Valiant Spirit. Odette's taking 1, which isn't good. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yep, no problem. All right, then you got 3 in front of me, huh?
You sure do.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck gambling here, and I don't think I really have a good solution. I mean, I don't. It's really too bad. Let's keep the pack tactics, and therefore use the come hither. I die, but you've got 3 left to deal with.
Okay.
This may be some of the top players' decks, but is not being piloted by the right person.
Wow, none of these are good.
You'll block 2, take 1.
Yeah.
With I'm done with you.
Yeah. Status matters killing me.
Oh, it's got a maneuver, right?
It's got a maneuver, but it's only against mercenaries.
Yeah.
So we're
I don't
gonna
see
go
the
with
status matters maneuver proc very frequently.
that. No, I'm considering removing it because I put two status matters in here specifically because I was so paranoid about Eisen, but its RPT is very disappointing. So we're blocking 2. Odette takes another, which is not great. Don't love it. However, I now can get this sexy renown.
All right, that was your action.
That was my action.
I'm going to go ahead and pitch Objection and Bleed Out and play Elsie.
Oh. Elsie's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're both not going to use a secondary ability on our schemes today. How about that?
No. Cards in hand?
None.
Well, you know what? You know what, Carl? I could. It would be so cool. I could fight the Don.
I mean, he's only got 7 health. He can punch too.
He can punch. Yeah, he's got some decent punch.
You might have a Relentless in here. Actually, I don't think you'll have a Relentless. You're playing a Diplomat deck. Doesn't feel like it, though. You got 2 ladies with Cavalier hats right now.
Yep. Alright, I am going to turn Leontine sideways and take the Bazaar.
You've claimed the Bazaar.
Yep.
Alright. Well, unless you have a challenge from hand, I think I'll be okay. Elsie's going to go ahead and move up.
Alright. Eventail on Odette.
Okay, Odette's got a little more finesse and a little more influence when she's on guard. Elsie's going to go ahead and claim this location.
Sure. I pass.
Pass. Alright, so I plunder 1, you plunder 2, everybody comes home. Oh, sorry. I messed up. I should have issued a challenge with the Don to Odette, but I messed up. Oh well.
I was waiting for you to do so.
Yeah, I just wasn't thinking. This is what happens after we've been playing for 2 hours.
Oh, it's... Okay, I misread Camilla because I was like, yeah, Camilla was... It's once per day either rather than both, right?
Correct. It's either.
Okay.
Yes.
I read that as both.
No.
Otherwise, I would have...
That would be way too strong. So...
Yeah. Okay, well, I benefited from...
Wow. Cyrnith Artifacts, anyone? Would anybody like a Cyrnith Artifact? You get a Cyrnith Artifact, and you get a Cyrnith Artifact. Yeah, get rid of that. I feel like this has got to be the move that I got to do.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty quick decision. I love all of these cards. And this is art. Actually, I like the art style. Mel did the art on these. Mel did the art on Unfortunate, Adaptable, Stubborn, and Mel's going to be doing more art for the next expansion because we have a bit of a sortie theme happening. So I'm excited to see more of her artwork. She's very talented. These are all watercolor, too. All right, let's see them.
All right.
Ooh.
Shifting Tides Nurika.
Okay. So in this case, I had the first player token last time. When we have a tie, the first player token passes. But you already know. They're all gone. Renown's not going to get put out. Well, rather, you will put out your Renown, then I will put out my Renown, and then my thing happens. Oh, so hang on. Actually, this becomes interesting, because I think actually we get double city cards in each location.
Really?
Your thing says yes, because your thing procs first.
Yeah.
Right? And then my thing will proc. And mine's so we get rid of all the city cards. There's no Renown. Then yours is going to go. Add a city card to each city location. Excellent. Then it's going to say discard all Renown from all locations. There's no Renown there. Then we both add one. Ignore that. Because now we come to mine. Add a city card to each city location.
Oh, very cool.
Hey, crabs in a bucket. Oh, all right. Hey, I have fewer Renown. I'm going to draw a card.
You sure are.
Man, that's a loaded city deck. All right. So then I put one Renown out and you put one Renown out. Because the Renown here would be discarded by my step. Because my step happens second. So it ends up being that 2 Renowns out total. That makes sense.
How do you draw an extra?
Oh, because crabs in a bucket came out when I added a new
forest.
city card each
Right,
location.
right,
So there's a
right.
force effect on crabs in a bucket. Probably should have
Yep.
explained this.
Yeah.
It says, when this card is revealed, each player with fewer renown than the player with the most renown draws a card. So this is a catch-up mechanic that we're introducing into the city deck.
Yep.
You have 2 renown. I have 1, so I got an extra card, and I'll take it. Not helpful, actually.
Hey, it can pay for a better card.
It can pay. Cards are money. So I'm going to put 1 out, and you put 1 out, and I'm going to put 1 out. Okay, we got a Kaj, we got an Echo, you've got some fighting to do. You're going to be bringing out some people. I don't want you to have that, because that sucks for me. I'm putting a renown here at the bazaar, and you've got to put a renown at a different location.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the forums.
All right, 2, 3, 4,
And?
5, 6, 7, and you're drawing 8.
All right, and after I add a renown to a location,
Discard a card, add another with a Raka. So Raka uses her reaction, and we've got 2 of the forms. Yep. All right, and then go ahead and draw your cards. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an extra for shifting tides. Boom, 8. A silly number of cards.
These would be helpful at a different time. Okay, all right. I've got plays today, but you have the first move.
All right, I'm going to feel bad that I put an extra renown on the forums, which have crabs in a bucket.
Would you prefer to move them? 6 city cards dropped. I'm willing to forgive you if you missed something.
No. I probably should have put it over here, but...
And in case the camera isn't doing it justice, we have Echo, Crystallite at the docks, Crabs in a Bucket, and Burnished Cuirass at the forums, and we've got Echo and Sigurd at the bazaar.
Nope, I'm gonna eat it. And I retain first player.
You should, yep. Well, rather, it moves to you, because I had it last time. If we reveal schemes with the same initiative, the token passes.
And second verse, same as the first, blood mark to move Odette and Leontine up here. Leontine takes an extra hit.
I suppose that this means you're going to be picking up Sigurd.
I might, maybe just. Because I know that you have someone who can grab up mercenaries for free. Yep,
Cyril's going to move in there.
he sure will. All right. Odette is going to, with her +1 influence from the fan.
Go ahead and read that reminder text.
When performing a parlay reaction and flame reaction, engage costs happen first.
Which means she'll be engaged and won't get the +1 influence. When she...
Oh, I thought it was the reverse.
No. So you pay your costs first. Right. So you engage to parlay, and now your influence is reduced, which means she's still only going to be 3. So you're going to have to spend $1 still. Otherwise, Ivante would be a little too good. Be a little too spicy.
I am going to... I'm gonna pitch.
These streams are good. We're asking these little fringe questions.
Yeah.
You do engage him, and he makes somebody cost $1 redo. Cirillo is actually one of the big reasons. This was Stephen Verhagen, one of the designers on Tooth and Claw.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch status.
Was the one who really
matters.
pushed for Miriam to be cut, especially because of the interaction with Cirillo. He's a very clever designer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sigurd is mine.
Figured you're going to be going that route.
I do want Kosh for the influence, but Sigurd eating fights is a big deal.
I'm going to pitch, what else but Corpse Speak. And we're going to go ahead and buy Kosh.
Sure am. He's got a great action on him. Alrighty. I am going to pitch 10 the Wounded to play Devotion. For those of you in the chat, I am a huge fan of Devotion, specifically because if you have a hyper specialized deck like this one and you need a particular card, this will give you a 17% chance of getting it on turn 1, and the odds only increase as the game goes on. It's a very good turn 3 card.
I'm not big on Devotion because it gets you the same amount. So granted, it's filtering, and filtering has a value. We should let you look at like one more card.
Here's what I would say about Devotion. If you know what your discard pile is, Devotion becomes that much more valuable.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So if you're willing to do the math, if you're willing to do a little card counting, it has that much more value.
Yeah, I think it originally was actually just look at 2. Mm-hmm. Or actually just grab 2, and I think it was a very late stage change to add it so that it was look at 3, which I find infinitely more valuable.
Mm-hmm. And then I will...
Oh, Harold's coming in. Yep, correct. She'll be engaged for the cost of the parlay action, and therefore cannot reduce the cost by an extra influence. Thanks, Harold. I'm putting it under there. All right, you've identified your target today.
I have. And that is my action.
We're going to go ahead and move the Don up to the... do I want to do that? That's not great. Because, it's appealing, but it's not great. You got a Carmella left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that's a hell of a decision.
Carmella do like fighting.
I do. Okay. All right. Yeah. We're going to move the Don up to the Bazaar.
Oh, okay.
So we've got a engaged Cirillo. I'm just trying to make things a bit more clear for the stream. An engaged Cirillo, a Don, and a Kaj at the Bazaar, where you have Odette, Leontine, and Sigurd, which is going to make fights a little bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm. All right. I am going to... pitch Come Hither, which might be a mistake, to Upman's Jacket on Urka.
Oh, very cool. We'll go ahead and use Kaj's City action, reveal the top 4 cards of the City deck. Now this might, it's free action, right? But we just smoked a ton of attachments. We just discarded all the City cards and we got rid of several. And we've got one here too, but we do have the smuggled item.
It is an artifact.
It is an artifact.
It is a legendary, satchel.
You don't know what's in there. And I'm totally buying it, and that's going right on the Don. And I will go ahead and pitch.
Giving him a ridiculous amount of influence.
I'm going to pitch this pull. I hate losing pull. I love pull, but the Don is now 5 Crowny Boys.
That's pretty sick.
And we've got 5, 6, 7. I've got 9 Crowny Boys at this location, which is pretty spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
All right. I am going to move... Double checking what's on here and here. Upman's Bat Jacket is attire rather than armor.
It is an attire.
So armor and attire do stack.
But don't even think about trying to give somebody the Upman's Jacket and a Cavalier hat. You cannot possibly wear a coat and a hat simultaneously.
No, whenever I wear a hat, the shirt's coming off.
Yeah.
My wife loves it.
I've never seen a person in public wearing a jacket and a hat. And if
Never.
I did, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd lose it.
Extremely gauche.
Mm-hmm.
Like socks and sandals.
Yeah, agreed.
A tie on your head.
Yeah, those Gen Zers are really doing it very odd. I gotta be careful because we...
Those Zoomers.
Those Zoomers with their socks and sandals.
Oh, yeah. All right. Araka is going up to the location with all the renowned.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Uraka do be rocking it.
Splendid. The Dawn. So hang on, you've got 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna claim the Bazaar.
You will.
You can't have it.
I cannot.
It'd be mine.
It wounds me. All right.
Go ahead and engage him this way so people can see who the hell he is.
I'm going to move Carmela up here to the forums.
Fascinating. All right. Oh man, don't want to do that though. Tough call. I'm going to use the Upman's Jacket. I'm going to discard a Shoddy Craftsmanship. Reaction, discard a card, draw a card, and draw a new card.
All right.
Wowzers.
Carmela will claim the forums.
She's claimed the forums.
Mm-hmm. She has 1 influence. She can do it.
All right. Well, you've got Sigurd here who's engaged. He's on guard.
Yep,
So
he's on
all
guard.
the challenges have to be directed at him.
Indeed.
We're going to go ahead and... Oh, I didn't have to discard a card earlier. And yet I did. I discarded the pull for the... Because when he attaches, artifacts equipped to your characters has -1 cost. So I actually have that pull back. With pull I got rid of, right? Correct. Yep, because that's the only other card I played today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, tough decisions here because I just don't have sufficient bodies to properly poke and prod people. I could always send Elsie.
Neither of us do.
Yeah, I could really use like another body.
Not that I would turn Sigurd sideways, but the fact that Sigurd cannot issue challenges.
We're going to go ahead and destroy the smuggled item.
All right.
And equip an attachment from your hand or a city location to this character, ignoring all costs. And now the Don has the eye, and I'm going to pick up your approach deck.
Very sexy.
And let's see what he's got in here, chat. All right, he's got a Gaian, a Stranahan. What a hell of a proxy up there. What'd you do?
I didn't want to disturb my wife, so rather than grab the scissors from her office when she was doing her very important schoolwork, I cut it by just tearing it with my bare hands.
Like an animal.
Like an animal. Yes.
Like an animal.
These are the things we do for love chat.
So you've got more mercenaries. So I don't see you playing Contempt and Hatred in the future. I think the answer is Until Morale Improves. If you play that, I'm gonna get a renown.
All right. The correct answer was Jack. But yes,
I was thinking Jack.
That's also an excellent choice.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit more flexible, but I felt like Jack's got some nice utility. All right, now it's your action.
Jack would really help me right now. I'll say that. Jack moving the Don over would be fantastic. But again, he can't because the renown is different. But in a different board state, Jack would have a tremendous amount of value. I love Jack. I've loved Jack back in his alpha stage, in his beta stage, even now his final product. I love Jack.
Jack was busted back in the day. I don't remember what he did. I think I got to give credit to the Verhagen brothers on Tooth and Claw. I think they were the ones who really spearheaded the Jack redesign, and I think they did just an excellent job on the whole expansion.
Okay. All right, now that I've got this, I'm going to turn Urika sideways to move her over.
Things are happening.
So now I've got 3 more renowned here.
All right.
Sorry, 3 more influence here.
I want to play The Pressure Is On. Target a character opposing your performer at a location you control. I do control the Bazaar right now.
You do.
Engage that character.
Oh no!
Lay down. And I'm going to pay for it with pull.
Pull is being maligned right now.
Goodbye, pull. Bye, Carl.
I don't like that at all. All right. Leontine is going to 23 skidoo over here. Because getting another mercenary is really appealing right now.
Interesting. Kaj is going to issue a combat challenge to Odette with 1 thrust. What are you going to do about it?
This one, cards in hand.
5.
Gross. You know what? I got 4 gambles. Let's accept, but not use her reaction because I already control this. Why would I want more over here? So, yep, and yep. Wow, you know it, you love it. Gallant Deeds, incredible RPT, effectively 033. Boink, boink.
3. Yeah. Yep. All right. 3 riposte. Let's go ahead and gamble. Oh, man. I'm going to bleed out.
Oh, wicked sick.
So I'm going to riposte 1. I'm going to take 2. Oh, actually, I'm going to take 1 because your combat is so low. And then thrust 1, 2, and 3. So,
Sissy slap fight.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably wondering why this is happening. This is weird. This is a weird fight to have.
Yeah. You know what? Let's fuck it up. 1 and okay, hidden quarters, and 2 and another hidden corridors.
Do you want to take 1 wound or take 1 wound?
Oh man, this is a really tough decision that I have to make, chat. I'm not going to do the maneuver because I need both, but I'm going to take 1 wound, and the round will end. That's the power of pacifism, baby.
All right. So is my action. Back to you.
This tucks. This goes here. All right. Leontine will gain control of the docks.
Oh, I feel like you're going for dominance, and I feel like you have a diplomatic impunity in your hand. I'm going to play Bravos, and I'm going to pay for it with a not today, which hurts. It says, leader action, put target thug from your discard pile into play at your performer's location. So I'm going to dig, and I'm going to put Bertino into play at the bazaar.
All right. And it doesn't matter because I'm going to play Valiant Deeds Diplomatic Impunity. 1, 2 diplomats,
You
1
claim it.
renowned. I claim it. Immediately victory.
What? Oh, no. You only win at the end of the day if you control 3 locations.
Are you shitting me, Carl?
No. You need to control them at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
End of the day.
Ugh.
End of the day, Derek.
Well, I've
Sorry to
done...
bother you. I want to offer... we have somebody offering a promotion for the channel. That's okay. Yeah, here's
What do we got?
Here's Harold coming in end of day, and Brian saying, LOL, amazing. All right, yes, it has to be at the end of the day, because that'd be spicy if you could just do that, but you have to maintain control at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I think it's actually during the plunder step, you check for domination. If you have domination, you'll win. If no domination, you check to see if somebody has 7 renown. Domination beats all, but you must have it at the end of the day. So that
all right. So
that
is it
changes
all right
it
if
up.
I rewind?
Let's rewind. Let's rewind. How far
rewind.
back do you want to go?
Just this action.
Okay, no problem.
So in that case,
I do have a spicy Bertino as combat 3 here.
he does have a silly combat of 3. All right, I am going to bitch Gallant Deeds and Diplomatic Impunity and Valiant Spirit. Sigurd.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, non-mercenary.
Oh, non-mercenary. Raka?
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Non-mercenary. Wow. I'm messing up bigly right now.
Question from Shadow. It's not. So assassination is actually the thing that behaves like Derek was thinking. The second a leader dies, the game ends.
Yeah.
Assassination is immediate. When you get to plunder, a domination. If you have a situation, let's say, where it's later in the game, and Derek has 7 renown, And let's say he got a renown through other means. There's some cards that let you get renown early in some cases. There's some Castile cards. So he's got his 7 renown. I have less than that, but I controlled all 3 locations. I would win because dominance trumps the economic victory. Assassination happens immediately, so technically speaking, assassination trumps all. Good question, though.
All right. I'm going to be real sad.
This is good. This is good. This is good prep. We're learning.
It is good prep. End of the day.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing that immediately wins
Diggity damn.
other than assassination.
Yeah. That makes things a little bit more challenging. I was really hoping I could pull a sneaky on you. And yeah, so yeah, you would just have Elise in there. Let's see, I have 3, 6, 0 on deck right now, and you've got what, 5 on the Don?
I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at this location. Technically 10 because of Baratino, because
Yeah.
the Don's passive ability says you add +1 to pressures at a location where you control a thug. So it's technically 10 here, which is oodles, but you can just, cheat that with diplomatic impunity. Like, you can still take it, but I did just play a Baratino with a spicy 3 combat.
Very spicy indeed. All right,
Thank you for clarifying, Harold.
all right.
Harold's our main man. I'm so glad Harold has babysat us. Come in and tell us how to play the game.
Yeah. None of this helps. Okay, I would have done all that very differently. I wouldn't have moved Leontino over.
Everything would have changed.
But you know what? We're gonna let it ride. You know what? We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna pitch. We're gonna pitch Valiant Spirit for diplomatic impunity. Now you have to use Elise
Elsie?
to Elsie to take this back.
I'm going to use the city action on Baratino. Baratino's a spooky boy. Destroy Baratino. Wound target character at that location. Go ahead and wound Odette.
Alrighty.
Actually, keep that 3. Oh, you're just adding more to... Yeah, 3, 4. She's got 1 left.
Ow.
Back over to you.
I'm gonna pass.
All right. I'm going to play Bravos, and I'm going to pitch a Hidden Corridors, and I'm going to bring Baratino back from the grave one more time. Yeah. So, granted, this game, if you weren't playing that way, it would have gone a lot differently, but I think I can just destroy Baratino again to pop it and call it. But that doesn't feel like a fair victory on my end, because you were playing under a different assumption. But it's great, because now we learned. Yep.
We learned some shit.
So, good games.
Good game.
All right. We're going to, after 2.5 hours of play, we're going to wrap up the chat and the stream. But, guys, thank you for watching for so long. And we'll try to see if we can do this again next week.
But, hey, I get to come hither.
You do get to come hither out of it, yeah.
Old school art.
Yeah, the classic art. Man, I really like these. Unfortunately, we just... Oh, I liked both of these.
Yeah.
We got these printed with drive-through, and they just really messed up the printing in a big, bad way. And misaligned them. So we are bringing these back, some of these, but we have to do it as full bleeds to try to make it so our quality's a little higher.
I think it's good.
No, it's just it's too high on the top. That's the big problem. And these ones are actually some of the best.
I see.
You see how the blue border, this is our big problem. It's so disappointing. The blue border on the left is too big. The blue border on the top is too big. And I think a good 80% of people maybe don't care, but that's not the kind of quality we strive for. So
exactly,
we're taking some new steps. Cool, everybody, thank you for hanging out. Yeah, that was a spicy play. It only worked out because I think I got lucky there. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.